Welcome back to the return. Welcome back to the return of Wham Talk Wednesdays. Y'all know who it is. It's Trot Wham. Wham OG. People been asking me, people been wondering, you guys gonna lay off on the bookies? Hey, let them know, Joe, what we plan on doing.
It will never happen. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. Not ever.
Yes, 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 yes. Thank you, Joe, for that definitely great introduction. I appreciate you, man. Congratulations on winning the election there. I like that. I like that. I like the start of that. Man, make sure y'all say something in the chat. I appreciate everybody from tuning in. Get us a like, hit the like button. This is Trot Wham, Wham OG. This is the return of Wham Talk Wednesdays, NBA breakdowns that we do every Wednesday now. Go through the card, just try to make sure, we could find some spots, see if we could get some money. And I found some spots, and I think we have some opportunities to make some money. So we're here, never going away. Just like my man Joe said, if you guys didn't mention that other,
It will never happen. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. Not ever.
we're coming back. We're going to be here. All right. You know what I'm saying? The main reason
Yeah, that brother's starving.
I need this money, man. I got a baby that's 1 month old yesterday. I need to get to this cake. You know what I'm saying? It's only right. It's only right. What's happening with you, Eric? What's happening with you, man? What it do? I appreciate you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Taking in from YouTube. We are live on YouTube. Make sure you guys like, subscribe. Make sure you hit the links on the description there. If you guys like the contact, hit the notification button. Every Wednesday, we're going to plan on doing one of these. Get you just a quick breakdown on the NBA card. If you guys have any questions, make sure you guys, say something in here. We could try to get to the games that you guys, the games that we don't go over. You know what it is. What's happening with you, boss? What's happening with you? You know what it is. DJ Big Boss. Also, y'all make sure y'all tune in on Friday. Man, we doing big things, man. We got some big things cooking up. Me and DJ Big Boss. On Friday, we have a lounge. We go through, regular stuff, sports. Talked about esports a lot last year, you know what I mean? Because there was a pandemic going on. But other than that, man, we should have a lot to talk about today. And I don't want to waste any of you guys' time. I kind of would go straight into one of the games that's getting some line movement. Now I did this show and set up the show a little bit earlier. This spread actually is now at 3, so I kind of gotta change it. It's kind of dipped down, and let me change that there. Yeah, so now this is a Memphis Grizzlies team that has taken no money. It looks like no one is a believer that this Memphis Grizzlies can be a 4-point favorite against this Charlotte Hornets team that's hot, really, really, really hot right now. Now, this game right here is very interesting. Obviously, it's two really good point guards. We got LaMelo Ball, who's definitely proven that he's going to be one of those future guys in the future, and another proven guy I believe in, John Morant. John Morant, make sure you know he's not scared of nobody. He puts it all the way out there. The issue here for me from Memphis is that they're missing out on a lot of guys. We haven't seen Jared Jackson Jr. back. I mean, he hasn't came back yet. We still yet to see Winslow. We haven't seen Winslow since he left the Heat, so we haven't seen that guy in about a year and a half. And also, they're missing out on Brandon Clark today with a calf injury, and also DeAnthony Milton, who has a shoulder injury. Those are big key misses. Now they do have Bain. They got Tillman, who is a guy I love, Xavier Tillman. They got Brooks, who's also going to be putting up good numbers there for you. And there was a stat back, I believe, early January that when he goes over 20 points, they typically win the game. So Dylan Brooks is a good guy to get production, but he's kind of streaky. I don't really anticipate him to be going crazy off today. That being said, Memphis is in the bad spot. And they're coming against a team that's really, really hot. Now, Melo Ball said before he hit a career high 7 3 points, he stepped on the court, no warm up, no nothing. No warm up, no nothing for LaMelo Ball, bro. That's some good confidence. I love the talk of that, man. Sounds real good for me, bro. And that just confidence is not only thing the reason why I like this spot because him having 24 points exclusively from three last game, 10 assists, 7 rebounds, in an impressive win against the Rockets that didn't have John Wall or Eric Gordon. That's not really what I was impressed by. I was really impressed by the Charlotte Hornets having 6 players in double figures. Rozier's been playing well. Now that they have Malik Monk in the mix, he's being able to be a force off the bench. They got the Martin twins, who it seems like they're always bringing energy, always having a great defensive prowess. They did want to jump James Johnson, a few games back. So that was funny. But these guys got some real scrappy guys, scrappy young kids, and Miles Bridges and Lamella Ball. It seems like that. So Kobe and Shaq type of vibes that we're getting from those two guys is very interesting, man, to see how this is. And my guy, DJ Big Boss, he says NBA capper, he's excited for today. The NBA capper inside of him, he's excited. This is a good card, boss. I think this is a good card. We should be able to take some money, take advantage. Now, I did give this play out early last night. I got Charlotte Hornets at plus 4.5. I took that last night. It was a little juiced, minus 120, but it was minus 104 on FanDuel. That's the one I originally gave out. But this one that I ended up taking, it was minus 120. I think that still was a good number. Just get a little extra space there. I don't think that this is going to get down to the wire. I believe that the Charlotte Hornets is possibly going to just jump out and be the better team. And the reason being is because this Memphis team, they are really trying to go down in the paint. The Hornets, the last few games, they've been pretty much the fifth best at keeping opponents out the paint. Their fifth lowest points in the paint the last 5 games for this Charlotte Hornets team. For the season, this Memphis Grizzlies team, they're number 2 in the paint. So they love to go in the paint. They want to go in the paint. They thrive off of that. And when the game that they lost against Indiana, where I wanted to take them, they got taken out of the paint and they lost that game clearly. Same thing when they played against other teams this year. I mean, these last few games, they've been getting taken out of the paint, and that's what's stopping them there. Charlotte Hornets, on the other hand, they're going hot. They're going hot. The last 7 games, they're 5-1-1 against the spread. Also, last 7 games on the road, they're 6-1 ATS as well. So they've been covering on the road. They've been covering the last few games. Memphis, the last 3 games, they're worked third worst in defensive rating and 22nd in opposing points off of turnovers. This Charlotte team, they want to go up. They want to go up and down the floor. You've seen crazy, nice no look passes from Lamella Ball before. I think we can see something of that type of entertainment tonight. The Hornets are ranked 9th in defensive rating in the last 3 games, so they're not necessarily a really great, strong defensive team. But I believe you're going to see a lot more defensive effort on their behalf rather than the Memphis Grizzlies that is decimated again by injury. And then also they're 8th in opponent points off of turnovers. So again, like I mentioned before, they're the 5th lowest points allowed in the paint in that span as well. So I believe that this is a great time to take advantage of a bad number. It's a bad number for Memphis. They shouldn't be this much of a favorite, I don't believe. Along with them having a disadvantage at big right now, they have a disadvantage at big, even though Valanciunas is back. And again, I thought I like Tillman, but the last 3 games, those guys been back as well. Defensive rebounds wise, there's a +6 difference for this Hornets team. They're at 35.7 defensive rebounds as far as the average. This Grizzlies team is at 29.7. So that's a 6 rebound difference, along with a 7% 3-point difference. Memphis Grizzlies coming into this game, the last 3 games, shooting 33% from three. This Hornets team, they've been at 40% consistently the last 2 weeks. And I can definitely vouch for that because I've been watching their stats these last few weeks. They've been at 40% for quite a while. And that's before the 7 threes from LaMelo. Because you're getting guys like Hayward getting wide open corner threes. You're getting guys like Rozier, who's breaking guys down, looking really good off the dribble. And I believe that's going to be the defensive. That's going to be the key here, knocking down shots and also keeping these guys out the paint. Now, the points per game in the last, the opponent's points per game in the last 3 games is another difference between these two. The Memphis Grizzlies are allowing 120 points per game to opponents, while it's 11-point difference for this game for this team in the Hornets. They're at 109 points opponents points per game, which is very good for a team that you don't necessarily think of as far as defense wise. They're keeping guys up out of the paint, man, these last 5 games. So it does translate to how much they're allowing people to score as well. Now, one thing about the Grizzlies, there's something that to note. Another reason why I kind of wanted to go ahead and go against them because they got outscored by 10 points on Saturday against New Orleans. It seems like New Orleans is a really good team. And then they also on Monday, they turned around on Monday and got outscored by 18 points in the fourth quarter. So in the fourth quarter, particularly, these guys are not being good these last few games. So I think that may be a point of emphasis, but I still think that this is a good number that we're going to get on the Hornets +4. It makes sense to me. It was at +4.5, I believe, at MGM last night. So I think I did take that for the official pick for a show that I do with odds. But for now, I got it at -120. I think the 4.5. So that's a game. That's a game I like. I still like it at the +3. I'm thinking about hitting them on the money line. Definitely want to keep the chat rolling here, man. My apologies there. My guy Eric is up in here, of course. My guy DJ Big Boss. Man, what it do with you, bro? What up with you? Unbelievable. You already know, my guy. Unbelieve. You know. Kirk Gray, what's happening with you, man? So he's looking at a parlay, I presume. Atlanta, is that money line, Kirk? Hey, make sure I want to see if that's money line, bro. Kirk, is that money line? Atlanta plus the points most likely. Uh um oh, okay. Bucks. Oh, and then you have that's UNC. That's the Green, I believe, college game, right? If I'm not mistaken. Then you're adding the Bulls. Now the Bulls game, that's really interesting right there. And I'm going to go off this game so far. So if you guys don't have any questions or anything about this game, as far as the total, I honestly think this is a sharp total in my opinion. I would stay away from the total. Doesn't seem like something I could have a real bona fide edge on. So I'm gonna I'm gonna stay off that one. But as far as the Magic, man, that's a very interesting game. I'm sorry, not the Magic, but the Bulls. I want to pull that one up really quick. That's against the New Orleans Pelicans, bro. Like honestly, I would not step in front of the New Orleans Pelicans as of right now. They're looking like a real good clicking team as of now. Like they look like they're clicking now. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if this total goes under though, because it's at 229 and a half. I wouldn't be surprised if the total go under, even though 14 of the last 18 games for New Orleans have went over. Six of the last six the last 6 games against Chicago, they won straight up. This is similar to a straight up type of spread at -3. I think this is a good spot, even though, if I'm not mistaken, these guys are coming off of a back to back playing Houston yesterday by beating them considerably, very, very much like easily, 130 to 101. Covered that spread easily. It was at 6.5. Wasn't a problem there. The over went cash as well. Now, the last 10 games, also with the Chicago Bulls, New Orleans have covered 8-1-1 in those spots. So they covered 8 of the last 10 games. This is just does not seem like a good spot to me, in my opinion. I would definitely stay off of it. Otto Porter is a real good piece to have for this Bucks team. I mean Bulls team. And without him in the lineup, along with Wendell Carter being out, I believe he's still out, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Wendell Carter being out, Laurie Markkinen is also out in this game. I wouldn't touch this, bro. I wouldn't touch this. Honestly, it's kind of a short number. To be honest with you, I think that's a short number, and I want to make sure that I see if Marketing is out. That shit might be something I'm going to add on, and it's something I didn't even cap today, yo. To be honest with you guys, I didn't cap this game because I'm a freaking new dad, bro. I got family and shit to take care of and shit. What's up with you, Marlon? Marlon is like, I ain't gonna lie to you, Marlon. I ain't get to tell you, what I'm saying. I always appreciate you, bro. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you. You always come through giving out that love. I appreciate you, bro. What's up, everybody? Let's get to this catch. You already know, man. We trying to get to it. My guy, Marlon, he always come through. What's up with you, my guy? This is my guy, Dylan. What's happening with you, bro? What's happening with you, bro? But yeah, let me switch up out of here on this game because honestly though, this is like this game is very interesting, man. It was at +2.5 for the Bulls when I put this in. Now I'm showing that plus -3 in favor of the New Orleans Pelicans. I would not go in front of the Pelicans, bro. It just doesn't seem like they're, this is a game that they could easily win and get built, continue to build the confidence that they already been showing these last few weeks. They've been playing really good, beating some pretty good opponents, man. I wouldn't jump in front of them, bro. I wouldn't jump in front of them. Just like this Hornets team, like they're winning right now. I mean, the Hornets were on a winning streak. So as this Pelican team, the Pelicans won their last three, and if I'm not mistaken, they cover. I'm sorry, they won their last four, and they covered their last four as well. I'm not jumping in front of that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Along with the historical stats as well. I mean, they covered 8 of the last meetings with this Chicago team. I wouldn't touch that, bro. But I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. But if you ask for an opinion, I'm gonna give it to you, G. I'm just keep it 100 with you. What you think the Nets will win, bro? So I'm gonna go straight into that one too, my guy. How you feel about this one? So the Nets, the Nets, they got smacked. They got smacked by the Detroit Pistons last night. I went on the show I went on the show last night with odds without hearing the quotes from Kyrie Irving. I ain't gonna lie. If I heard those quotes, I probably wouldn't have made it official. But I'm kind of happy I did because my same reasoning is going on today. Now, everyone is on Indiana because they believe that Indiana is a good team. I mean, being honest with you, like the Brogdon stats, they are freaking misleading as hell, bro. Like, if you're looking at the Brogdon stats, they look like he's really being very helpful for his team, but he's a number two guy all the way. Don't get me wrong, Brogdon can get you the right numbers. He could be semi efficient. He could be efficient, but I feel like on this particular team, I'm not feeling what Brogdon is doing, bro. I'm just not feeling it, man. It just I don't know, and I know you like him, Ski. Shout out to my guy Ski in the chat, bro. I know you like him, Ski, bro, but man, I'm not a fucking fan of Brogdon, bro. It just not this year, man. It just I feel like he need Levert back. Once Levert comes back, this team is going to be totally different. But I mean, if he's fighting for his life, man, y'all probably ain't gonna see him no time soon. I think we're going to see what I believe the Pacers. We're going to see what's going to happen in the next 10 days. Their next 10 games, 7 of those games are on the road, and some of those are really tough competition. Within, I believe, which is kind of starting off today within this Brooklyn team who has bad taste in their mouth. They're all over the freaking news. Everyone is talking about Kyrie. Everyone's talking about this. The fact that these guys only made 3 3-point makes between Harden and Kyrie. Come on, bro. I gotta believe that they're gonna come out and make some better adjustments here to get these guys a more ISO ball. That's what they didn't do in that game, honestly. I seen Kyrie muscle up some ISO ball in between him trying to be a distributor, but these guys were trying to play team ball because they need it by committee. They need other guys to make it happen. I think Joe Harris as well. He should come back and start doing good. The opening play in that game was a back. Well, I'm not sure if it was a front up a shoulder. I think it was a shoulder screen for a wide open three for this guy, Joe Harris. So I think you're gonna see a lot of that shit today. I think you're gonna see a lot of ISO ball from Kyrie. He's gonna break down these guys. Their perimeter defense for the Pacers is trash. They're ranked, I believe, and I can pull those stats up. My apologies, y'all, because I just went on the tear right there. But the Pacers, man, they're ranked eighth most 3-point attempts. So they allow the most 3-point attempts along with, let me see here. This Brooklyn team is shooting at 40% from three. Now, last game, they didn't shoot 40% from three. They didn't shoot 40% from three. But it's one of those things that I'm just like, I think the Pacers are a bad team. I think the Pacers are a bad team. They've won in right spots, agreed there, and they did look okay against the Utah Jazz. The Utah Jazz is the best team in the league. They did look okay against them, but as soon as Rudy Gobert got out, that's when they went on their run. As soon as he came back in, they couldn't do shit. So I believe in this game, they're going to be able to do what the fuck they want, but can they stop the three? And I don't think they're going to stop the three when this is a terrible team. This is a terrible defensive team with this Brooklyn Nets. Don't get me wrong, bro. Don't get me wrong. This is a terrible defensive team. They are the historically worst defensive team. They allowed the most. consecutive 120 points to opponents. So 120 plus points to opponents 7 straight times is an NBA record for the worst. That's like a worst defensive stat like you could ever hear. I never heard a terrible stat like that. That was just fucking crazy. Marlon Shelldown giving up love. I appreciate you, bro. What's up with you taking the Pacers team total over 106? I mean, like I said, bro, they're giving up 120 points every game. That makes the most sense. I mean, if you're not confident in taking the Nets, this is the one. This is the one right here. Because you could easily get these guys to score, but I just I'm not banking on the Nets to score to play defense here. Like I said, they're the worst defense. But the fact that this Pacers scheme is not going to allow, they're not going to play any defense either. I don't think that's something that we should be worried about, bro. Now, it's a back to back, of course. Brooklyn is on a back to back. I honestly thought that KD was going to be available, and I think I did see a tweet that did get deleted by Fantasy Labs that he was probable for today's game. But I'm not going to say anything because they deleted it. I'm just going to leave that here nor there. Obviously, he's not available to come back into the next game. So they kind of want to come out with a win and win this game because if you're losing this game, you done took down. I mean, you done lost consecutive games. This will be almost a fourth or fifth game that they lost in a row, and that's something that you don't want to do, bro. You don't want to just be continue to drop games like this, uh, and that'll just be terrible. So if they lose today, this will be their fourth loss in a row. But if Indiana loses today, this will be their fourth loss in a row. Both of these teams are not doing good, guys. So honestly, I would just lean towards the better talent. And honestly, I gotta say that the better talent is on Brooklyn. They are getting some sort of guys that is starting to get meshed into the system. Norval Pell, who seems like he has more activity, a lot more energetic on defense rather than DeAndre Jordan. DeAndre Jordan was the main reason why they lost last game. I watched the game again, went back and watched it. He was not running, he was not screening. I mean, he was not rolling on screens. I mean, they did a double screen with Harden. I believe it was DeAndre Jordan and I'm not sure if it was TLC or Joe Harris. They did a double screen. He's supposed to cut quickly. He's like looking around, and then he kind of gets the head nod from Harden, like cut, and then it messes up the play, and it becomes I believe it just becomes a ball out of bounds. That was happening in the first quarter. Those type of things happening when you have a new team and you having all these guys. That's the issue with this coaching situation. I believe that it's a new coach, new system, new situation, but now they got to get to the basics. Cause now you just need a win, and you can get a win in this matchup. You got James Harden, you got Kyrie Irving. There's nobody on this team that's going to be able to stop them going to the hoop. That's where you got to get it at, and you got to go and drive and kick it out. That's what they need to be doing. So that's what I'm anticipating them to do. It was kind of discouraging also replaying that game, seeing these guys continue to get back down on defense. Like it seems like everybody is just posting up Kyrie. You continue to post up Kyrie if he's not gonna fucking do shit. Like we don't want that to happen. So if I start see Kyrie getting fucking posted up, I might hit the live on Indiana to cover myself. Get the fuck out of here because if they're doing that, it's barbecue chicken. We have no fucking shot. But that's one thing I'm going to be keeping an eye out on. But for the most part, I like this Brooklyn. I do not agree with the line move. I'm taking them at -1.5, and I took them already at -2. So it's all good. I'm not tripping off the line move and being at even money or being at a pick 'em. I just don't think that this is an Indiana team that you should be able to be scared of. And even now at my book, it moved all the way to the Pacers. Now I'm gonna tell you guys this as well when the line moves so far into the point that it now becomes a favorite, you got to understand that where is this money coming through, or how are the books looking at this game? They're getting so much money on Indiana because of all this stuff with them Brooklyn. They want Brooklyn to win. Like the books are gonna want Brooklyn to win. So in this case, not saying that they have the red phone and they're gonna pick up and do something, but having the books on my side, I feel a little bit more concerned, a little bit more at ease because I think this is a great public play to lose flat on your face. So Indiana is definitely something I'm looking to fade. And like again, I say this one more time. If they lose today, make sure you guys keep a lookout on fade in Indiana in the future. The next 10 games, 7 of those games are on the road. they're not going to be that good after this. They're only going to continue to get worse. So Sabonis should get his off top, but I'm just looking at Harden and Kyrie to make more than three freaking 3 pointers, bro. They got to do more than that, and I believe they will. And this is a short number on a good team, I believe. And also, let's be honest, this still is a top team in the East, so they got to put their foot on their neck, man. What's happening with you, Alex, bro? What's popping with you, bro? You already know, man. I'm feeling good, feeling great. Also, to mention as well, this is the second half of the back to back, and the NBA oldest team, third oldest team, is the Brooklyn Nets. Just ought to mention that. Ought to mention that. But going into the next game, man, this is the game that I think that my man Ski kind of talked me into, bro. Now I'm already on this game. I got action on this game, but I never took the side nor the total. But I think my man Ski done probably talked me into this, bro. This became one of his best bets. I was on this locker room stuff this morning. It was definitely fun, man. I appreciate having me, bro. That's all love. This is an interesting game with this Hawks Dallas team. We got Luka Doncic against Trae Young. Obviously, we all know the story. These guys were traded for each other at draft night. Luka Doncic did get proclaimed the better of the picks. But I mean, you look at it, we got Cam Reddish off that pick. They got some other picks off of that. And the Hawks look like they're in a good spot. Now, as of late, they haven't been in a good spot. They are battling injuries. Knee surgery is successful for DeAndre Hunter, who's been, very good for these guys this so far this year. And him being out did seem to concern me up front. That's why I did fade these guys the last time they matched up. I faded the Hawks and did cash with the Dallas. We had it at -1.5, if I'm not mistaken. Now the total, now the game is at -4 for the Dallas Mavericks. And if I'm not mistaken, let me double check just to make sure it hasn't moved. Yeah, it's still at -4. Total is 232.5. So I'm looking at this game as a props perspective, though. What I did forgot to mention here as well is that they do not have Bojan Bogdanovic. He's out, expected to return in March. Chris Dunn is actually going to be coming back soon. I've been hearing sometime in the mid of February. So Chris Dunn is somebody that I'm looking for to tighten up their defense and also help them coming off the ball. Not having Rondo tonight either because he's an old guy. We need playoff Rondo, not regular season Rondo. He got lower back pain. We're gonna let him sit out. That makes sense to me. This is a revenge game for the Hawks. Now that alone leans me towards the Hawks. Not only because I did cash with the Dallas and it's probably right to go on this other side, but the Hawks the last game with the match that we did cash on February 3rd, 122 to 116. In that game, the Mavs starting five just got healthy. That's the reason why we liked it. And again, Hunter was out. Now they were -6 in turnover battle. The Hawks were having 16 turnovers to Dallas 10. In that game, it wasn't really that much of a difference, though, other than that. It seemed like everything was kind of clear cut. That was the only thing I could find after watching the game that made it a big difference. Now, Dallas do have fans coming back. Obviously, the news about the national anthem and all that stuff is being all in the news circuit, of course, and also the news circuit did because Adam Silver slapped that hand and said, "Boy, you better play that damn, you better play that damn national anthem." That was hilarious. I thought that was funny as fuck. But for the most part, that's neither near nor there. They are allowing 1,500 fans in the stadium, though, so they do have fans coming back. Dallas are pretty much terrible. The only game that they won within the last 7 games was that game against Dallas. I mean, against the Hawks. Dallas started off. They're starting off their 4-game home strand against a win against the Timberwolves, but they haven't covered again these last few times. They were favored though in that Timberwolves game, -10. Like they were double-digit favorites, at home. Obviously, it's the beginning of a 4-game homestand, but you got fans coming back. It's no cat, no. It doesn't make sense for them to be laying that type of points, though. Dallas ranked ATS are the 29th, so they're close to the worst in against the spread this year at 10 and 15 out of the 25 games they played. They also won 3 of the last 5 straight up, and only covering again that game in that Dallas game. I'm looking at this as a props perspective though, because since we don't have DeAndre Hunter, someone had to step up. And that person that have been stepping up is Kevin Hooter. He stepped up in a big way. He's averaging 16.5 points per game in the last 4 games that Hunter missed. And he also had 21 points against the Mavs the last time out. That was his first missed out game. Now, the last 6 games for Herter, he's averaging 13.6 points per game, 4 assists, shooting at 44% from the field and 47% from three. In that same span, he has a team high and 3 3 points made a game. So he's balling out. And without Rondo in the lineup, I believe he should be getting another uptick. And he's already been seeing that. Both of these teams are pretty much giving up the points. I wouldn't talk you off the over, but I would lean towards the Hawks here. They are averaging, they are holding opponents to a little bit better than what Dallas have. They are holding opponents to 118 points per game. Dallas is holding opponents to nothing. I'm sorry, to 133 points per game. So that's ridiculous, man. That's a big swing there. Just about 15 points there. So both teams are shooting 40% from three. Dallas is actually ranked worse in opponents' 3 point percentage at 46%. So I'm thinking that this Hawks team is a live dog, just like my man Ski said. So, but what I did pick already and what I did bet already was the Kevin Herter proposition points and assists over 16 and a half. Also, if you're not allowed, if you can't get that prop, what I do recommend you to do, there are prop positions that you can possibly parlay together in the same game on certain books. I would take the Kevin Horter assists over at least three, not the over and under three, at least three. And then I also would take the points at 13, at least 13. Parlay those two together. You get pretty much about the same odds here. I got it at minus 108. It makes sense there. So, but what it is for me though here is I like, and I'm sorry, Marlon, bro. You know what I'm saying? No Rondo, but I think that's the reason why I like the prop, bro. And definitely take that one, bro. I would definitely feel you there, but I don't like the Mavs, bro. I just don't think that they're gonna win this game. I don't want to take them. I don't want to take them right now, though. To be honest with you, but I'm leaning Hawks, bro. And I'm telling you, my man Ski almost talked me into taking the money line, bro. Because I could see them just winning this game outright, getting that revenge, sweet revenge. You guys beat us on our home court. We beat you guys in front of y'all home fans as well. So they both had fans when they last played each other. This is a good time to get you get back, especially for a guy like Trae Young, who always hear all the time that Luka's a better player than him. He's gonna have a better career. Get that shit back, put it right into his mouth. Now the Dallas Mavericks, they should play better, man, but I don't think I like that. And also, I believe I did hear today that he was on the Doncic. Luka Doncic was on the show with Stephen A. Smith. They went over his season stats, which are amazing, rookie MVP numbers and stuff. And he said he's been playing bad because his team is losing. I mean, if you're losing, bro, you shouldn't be happy about that shit. So those seasonal accolades is not something that you should be, those regular season accolades, something you shouldn't be, proud about. And that being said, I would only lean towards Atlanta and towards the over. The over did hit last time. It was scheduled set at 223 and a half. It did hit, but before that game, the last 4 games, it went to the under in this matchup. Atlanta seems like they have been having a little bit more of a juice in this matchup. They covered a looks like it had been 5 of the last 7 games. So I would lean Atlanta all the way, man. I would lean Atlanta all the way. They're 7-3 in the last 10 meetings, like I mentioned, and also it seems like they're just a better team as of right now. Even though Atlanta has only won, they did win their last game. Both of these teams did win their last game. I just don't think I should back this Dallas team as of right now. It just doesn't seem like they're all the way together, and I honestly just don't like them. So going into this next game, I think this is a good game to talk about, and this is Dallas. I mean, sorry, the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Denver Nuggets. Cleveland Cavaliers and the Denver Nuggets, man. This is a very interesting game. Very interesting game. Some guys are out, some guys are not. So let me pull this up here. So we have the Cleveland Cavaliers. They're going on the road in Ball Arena in Denver, Colorado, take on the Denver Nuggets. Now, Denver Nuggets, it seems like they are in a point that they can make a jump and get some sort of seating room. But right now they've been playing pretty bad as of late. They haven't been playing really, really well at all. They lost their last three games, including a tough loss, a really tough loss against the Sacramento Kings. Just to go over the injuries here before I go into this Denver breakdown, the injuries are just Larry Nance Jr. Because we all know Kevin Love wasn't going to come back and play. He's not allowed to play until I believe he's not allowed to play until the end of this, or they're expecting him not to play until the end of this road trip that they're on. They're on a few game road trip here. The only guy that's questionable for the Denver Nuggets is Gary Harris. I believe PJ Dozier just hit questionable. Let me double check that if I'm not mistaken. I think PJ Dozier was hit questionable. I thought he was out though. I thought PJ Dozier was out of this game. And I like PJ Dozier though. He plays really good defense. I mean, I'm just bringing him up there, but that's yeah. I don't think he's playing today, but I did see him questionable here in this breakdown there. But go back into what I was going to say here. But Larry Nance Jr. is a real loss for these Cavs. I mean, he's out for 6 weeks with a fractured finger on his left hand. Kevin Love, like I said, he's going to schedule to come back. Gary Harris is something that shouldn't be worried about. He could play, he can't. I don't honestly want him in this game, to be honest with you, because I'm thinking about taking. Well, I did take Denver first quarter. Now the Cavs haven't covered since the game in Detroit, where they won 122 to 107. After that, they haven't covered the last 7 games. They're 0-7 against the spread. Cavs made a adjustment though. They made adjustments towards the starting lineup. They got power forward Jared Allen now, who is a center at heart, going with Andre Drummond, who's going to be at the 5. That's something that's interesting. It didn't work originally without Chris Paul's Suns. They did lose that game, but it honestly was a very close game for this Cavs team. Very close game. They lost 113 to 119. In that game, it was 40 seconds left in that game. Colin Sexton went to the pole. Did appear like he got fouled. The ref blew the whistle the other way. It was an and one if they called it on him that possibly could have brought them up one with the made field goal, a free throw attempt. But it was offensive foul. The Suns end up scoring the next 4 points on from the free throw line. That's how we end up getting the 6 point difference there at the end of the game. That's a tough loss for the Cavs. I mean, on a road trip that you're starting. I mean, they're losing their last 3 games. Start off the road trip to lose like that. That's tough. The last 7 games, they only won once. That's what I was mentioning there. They only covered 0 times in those last 7 games. Last 5 games on the road, they haven't covered. Last 7 games on the road, they only won once. That was the game against Detroit. And other than that, man, this team is pretty bad. And also in the last 10 games in the first quarter, they only covered 3 times. Now, this team is definitely a team that can start off really, really slow. If they're not getting their shots off, it's like they can't really get their sets in order. Now, JB Burkerstaff is somebody that I do trust to get this team in order. But as of right now, having Larry Nance out, it seems like that's throwing in a big wrench in his game plan for what he has for this team. Denver needs to find momentum here. After losing against the Bucks and against the Kings in that tough loss, they are at the 8th spot. Jokic, it seems like it's him or bust. You can't count that guy out. He had 35 points, 12 rebounds, 6 assists in that defeat. It was Murray that was the problem though. The Jamal Murray 4 for 17, 11 points, 4 assists after the game. He said, I don't really want to be resilient anymore. I want to be the team to come out first. I think I like that type of confidence from this kid after losing that. I mean, having, not really having confidence, but just saying that out front, just being ownership, owning your stuff, saying that he should never shoot 4 for 7. He's been playing basketball for a long time. Just saying that he's going to come out first did give me an indication to look into this first quarter, and numbers look like it is in favor for the Denver Nuggets. Now, on a home and away difference, the points per game is beyond different. It's 17 points difference between these guys when they're at home and they're away. The Cavs, they only score 98 points per game. This Denver Nuggets team is scoring 115 points when they're at the house. Now, I also did see that Will Barton mentioned that the elevation is nice, for other teams, but sometimes it hits them. That was concerning. But I don't think it's going to hit us in this spot. I think that we have a good shot of taking this Nuggets team out the first quarter. And I did take them at -3.5. I like this look a lot. The Nuggets are number 2 in net rating in the first quarter. And again, the Cavs have only covered 3 of the last 10 games in the first quarter. I like this spot a lot. I don't think they're going to be able to do anything with Jokic, even though they've been playing very good defense. But the last 3 games, they're actually ranked 18th in pace, 15th in that span. But they're both the bottom 5 in the defensive rating. So I would lean towards the under. I mean, I'm sorry, the over, because the last 3 games, both of these teams have been ranked bottom 5 in defensive rating. They've been pretty bad on the defensive end, and I think the team that is going to get to that first is the team that can't score. The other team that can't score, and I don't think that we're going to see a lot of offense from this Cavs team today. For the most part, that's kind of what I have as far as action. I didn't break down all the games I have action on. You guys can make sure y'all go check out odds.com. Go ahead and hop on, my Twitter page. I have all that information up on there. I appreciate all y'all from coming in, tuning in. This came in a little bit longer than I was supposed to, but it's all good though, man. I appreciate everybody from having the being active in the chat room. My guy, Nasty Nate, what it do, bro? I appreciate you, bro. Y'all know what it is, man. It's all love. Always love, man. We're just trying to make sure we get to this cake while we can, and make it happen while we can. But again, if you guys missed it, I had my man Joe Biden. He come in there and ask you guys, I mean, he answered the question. A lot of people asked, why did WAMTalk stop, or where's Who-Bangin Sports at, or did we let up on the bookies? Joe, tell them again. Did we let up on the bookies? Will that ever happen?
It will never happen. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. Not ever.
Appreciate y'all. Tune in next time, next Wednesday. WAM Talk Wednesdays. Peace.